Hello and welcome to chapter 216 of our streaming adventure. No, I am not retired. Whoever said that, thanks a lot, jerk. But it has been a couple weeks since I've streamed, so I wanted to try to make a point of getting this one in. I owe viewer Van Wedge this stream. They selected Vintage Hatebears. And so really, here's the long con. The long con of it is I knew if I waited long enough, somebody else would do well with Vintage Hatebears, and I would be able to just steal their list, let them do the work, and sure enough, friend of the stream, not me, managed to start off 6-0 on the Vintage Challenge this past weekend. Ran into some unfortunate matchups in the top 8, but still pretty impressive. So I believe this is their main deck. I looked at the sideboard, and with some of the feedback they gave, really liking the ability of Serenity to mess with certain matchups. So I added a fourth one of that. And other than that, looking at what I've played with my history of Vintage, I wanted to slant stuff more towards Dredge. Now, what's really interesting is, where is it? This card. Sanctifier Invec is a new one that you might not be familiar with. Not only is it pro black and red, when it enters the battlefield, you get to exile black and red cards from your... Well, actually, it's all graveyards. I missed that, but it shouldn't really hurt us here. And then if a black or red permanent, smell, or card not on the battlefield would go to the graveyard, you exile it instead. So if we can get a quick Sanctifier, that means that they're going to catch any future Dredges, flipping Icarids, flipping, Creeping Chill, any of that kind of stuff. So I think that is a pretty powerful effect, and I mean, this is probably worth picking up in real life for me. Then again, I haven't bought any new Magic cards in 2 years, so. But alright, this is what we're looking at for playing today. So let's jump in there. Now, here's another thing. It's been a while. I hope I still have play points. I don't think I wrecked my... Okay, good. It still says I have enough play points to play in a league. So let's do that. I did not update the deck. Based on what I have seen of people saying they're waiting for cues, I might have time. Okay, so now pop over here. Oh! Nice. All right, we won the die roll. Justin is probably playing something real. I don't like the fact that, like, the fact that I have 2 Thalias. Relic Warder might hit something, but that is predicated on me actually finding a second white source. So with that, I think I am going to mulligan. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not fast, but I play this, and then I follow up with that. I think Solitude is the card. Solitude is the least impressive card there. Now, what I'm thinking... So what I'm thinking is... I was going to say, I start with the... give away all my secrets. Justin said they were been waiting 30 minutes for me to queue up. That feels a little bit scary. Maybe I'm just early. Let's see how dead we are. My plan is to follow up with Thalia. From Thalia, play out Aspirant. Well, I'm glad I could help, but I didn't know it. All right. Normal Justin things are PO. I feel like they just played a Ragavan. Oh, they're gonna dash Ragavan. Okay. No blocks. What have you stolen? Mental misstep. I'll allow it. This is when you cast Ancestral just for value, right? From his side. I mean, I don't see how I don't play Thalia. That's a good one. So, human soldier, human cleric, Phyrexian horror. I have a Thalia. Pass to you. I mean, they do have 3 mana available to them. We'll be able to follow up with a Wasteland and a Revoker. That seems good for me. Like, I can't imagine a world that you'd want to dash Ragavan here. I just block. So that's obviously... Do you spend multiple mana trying to remove the Thalia? Yeah, this is just get a Ragavan in play. So now we could start trying to restrict on mana. We Wasteland and then play out a Revoker. I don't know if they play Box Jet over there. Let's go to combat. I don't think they're going to use it at all. This says non-land card name. Couldn't have picked the Delta. Also can't name treasure. I don't think I'm allowed to treasure anything there. Abrupt Decay. Endurance. What are their better cards? Either Tropical or... They're more likely to have both type stuff. Yeah, why didn't I let him get the shuffle first? Because now potentially. All right, I'll take a future wasteland. No attacks. I don't know if they play Abrupt Decay. It doesn't matter if they play Abrupt Decay. It's turned off by the Mox Jet. So that's worth considering. No blocks. These are all scary things for me. Who does it make the most sense? It's got to be on Thalia. All right, up to a 3-2. Still not ready to block anybody yet. What do we have in there? We have sorcery. They could play an instant. Have them play an instant, grow Goyf out of range. I don't want that to happen. If Ragavan attacks in and I first strike it down, first strike would put a creature into the graveyard, and then they would get a pumped Tarmogoyf. I can't block this one again. I got life points to play with. Sure. Give your... Okay. That's one way to get instant into the graveyard and untap the red. Huh. A couple of these are going to come over. Creature's already in there, so I don't have to worry about that as much. 2 cards left for them. Yep. Not me. Not me played this in the challenge and did pretty well. I should say started off 6-0. No attacks. Is this technically... No. For some reason, I was picturing that the different incarnations were enchantments. That would be pretty strange for them to be enchantment creatures. It's plausible. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think it's plausible. Combat. Tarmogoyf. Everybody's coming. All right. I block endurance. Artifact would be new. That puts potentially out of range. Okay, it's up to 5/6. All he has to do is hit like a delve spell. This Mox Jet, I believe, is just Mox colorless, so I don't feel too bad about that. I would love to draw... What's it? Solemnity. Not Solemnity. What's the white Swords of the Plowshare guy? I know it's not Solemnity. I really hope I didn't unlock black mana. Ouch. Ouch. And somehow that treasure cruise stays a 5/6. That's pretty brutal. Thanks being an artifact creature, you dungus. Hey, Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here's a weird thing. No, he can't. Okay, I was worried about Daze or Force of Will, but I don't have to worry about that because of Thalia. So, pop that. Do I think he drew a new Ragavan? Maybe. Maybe he's got a new Ragavan. Solitude. Yeah, see? We pictured it. We summoned it to the top of the library. I mean, that's just good streaming. I'll be honest, I am recording this after the games have played out, and it makes it look better when I can predict top decks. Now, it really makes me look worse when I make stupid mistakes. Yeah. You should have... See, that was just incorrect. I think I should have pumped Thalia just so it was out of bolt range, if nothing else. Yeah, this was just a poor decision on my part. I think the Luminarch should have pumped Thalia, so Thalia was 5. It would have done the same amount of damage, but it prevents a possible bolt. All right. Ragavan is what I'll call it. So, I think I want a Palace Jailer. Just for if he plays any big stupid creatures. Yeah, I mean, just draw a full grip, sitting with all these cards. Concede. I don't know if they conceded to Thalia, although they probably had multiple cantrips. They probably conceded more to Solitude. Get there, buddy. Good little Solitude. Okay, so I like the idea of Pro Red, but that's probably the worst card I have. Non-token creature would enter the battlefield and wasn't cast. So those are words that do not apply here. Non-token creature would enter the battlefield and wasn't cast. Yeah, so this is just not a thing. They are playing Tarmogoyf. I don't know. A lot of these... But they're still... Even if you evoke it, you're still casting it. So Containment Priest doesn't actually stop any of that. So this is just a 2-mana 2/2, which is less impressive than anything else I got here. I'm just wondering, we saw like their battlefield presence of playing out multiple creatures. Is Tabernacle even worth considering for that? I don't think it is, but this is what I'm considering right now is, do I want to mess with them if I'm already trying to tax mana sources? I mean, that is true. Is Containment Priest at 1 and a white better than Sanctifier Impact at white? Maybe. This flash blocker is going to be so hot. I really don't see anything else in my deck that's terrible or their deck or in the sideboard. Like Surgicals, the only thing I'm considering is whether I would want Tabernacle to try to mess with them, and I don't think so. So I'm going to cut a Sanctifier for the Jailer, and we'll see if that is any good. All right, so turn 1, Ballista. That seems terrible. Turn 1, Daze Proof Ballista. Still not good. I think this is a pretty easy mulligan. Oh, hello. Like, hold on. Do I have 1-cost cards in my deck? I do not have 1-cost cards in my deck. I mean, Chalice you normally play out on 0. I'm just debating, do I keep the Chalice or do I get rid of the Chalice? And if I keep the Chalice, I don't deploy it on 0 if after he goes first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to keep this. So here's my thought. With what we saw from them, I kind of want to Chalice for 1. Now, Chalice for 1 might be terrible. I'm just thinking of the fact they have Ragavans. They're likely to have Deathrite Shaman, things like that. All right, hear me out. They have 4 cards left. You gonna daze this? Ooh. See, now they're just gonna play a Tarmogoyf. No blocks. I knew it. So Artifact is already in there. They could still have Daze. I wasn't considering Daze. I mean, this gives Tarmogoyf +1/+1. Artifact's already there, but it pumps the creature. Yep. All right. So, they also have instant. They get instant from the Tarmogoyf. This gives them land, pumping it up further. So creature's already down. I might as well trade off the Deathrite Shaman. The future Deathrite Shamans are already cut off. Oh, I need one more white. I need white for Palace Jailer. I'm going to pass here. I don't want the Mana Crypt to kill me either. So Tropical Island's back. Narset. Okay. What are you going to show me? Ancestral. I'll allow it. Oh, you idiot. Well, okay. If I draw a white source, then I can use the colorless to play for Mana Crypt. Or he draws Force Will. Mm-hmm. Hello, hello. Archon. So, if I put Mana Crypt out there, that would let me cast the Archon. They could force it. Then I'm living on Mana Crypt flips. Whatever, we're going to lose this one anyway. There's no way I get to Palace Jailer without the Mana Crypt, so therefore I have to play the Mana Crypt. Okay. Yep. So we found their force. Exiling Ancestral, because that's what it's for. Now, could we attack into Endurance? If they have Endurance, it kills me anyway. And I'm not blocking. Endurance flashed in. I'm going to chump block anyway, and I think I'm in a bad spot. So I'm just... See, that's bad. Why do I care about Narset? I see. So I was worried about pumping Tarmogoyf, but I agree. If I had become the Monarch, Narset would turn it off, but I would also just be dead, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But no, I agree with that. Had I killed Narset, then when I play the Palace Jailer, we actually get to draw the cards off of it. So that would have been... Agreed, that would have been worthwhile. We would, with Cavern would have finally given me the second white. So I could have gone for Palace Jailer there, but the Wrenn and 6 can also just shoot me in the face, so that part of it doesn't truly matter. All right, we're going to be on the play. This Containment Priest is proven garbage. Sanctifier could at least be protection from Ren and 6. It still kind of sucks. Maybe it's this Leonin Relic Warder. Yeah, Containment Priest in over a Leonin Relic Warder. It's still a white 2/2. This is a cat cleric where I can at least name human on a thing and get humans from the other ones. Why don't you get a job, Archon? I don't see the rest of this being worthwhile, although maybe Surgical is worthwhile against Ren. Oh, the only thing I am using Priest for is the Flash. That is the only thing currently. We have 2 more Relic Warders. I'm just wondering against Ren, do I want a Surgical Extraction? I mean, a lot of the stuff here is kind of... Well, you say that, but we really haven't seen Justin play. Like, I assume he's playing all 5, but we haven't seen it thus far. All right, we're going to be on the play. We're going to be on the play with a turn 1 Blind Revoker. Turn 2 Blind Revoker. Hoping to draw a Thalia. That's true, and then if I draw white, so Revoker, Blind, Name, Ren, and 6. We'll go with that. Revoker, Blind, Name, Ren, and 6, having seen it. Okay. Yield. I will yield the floor. I was going to name it Time Walk. I'll allow it. Do you have Dak Faden? Because that's going to be really annoying. True name Nemesis, you say? No text. Tarmogoyf. Touche. Oh, no. It's even worse. Well, crap. Yeah. Somehow, even worse as they play a 2/3 blocker for our team. It's when you play a bunch of hate bears and they present 2 power and 3 toughness, you gotta pack them up. You scoop them up and you head on home. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You tuned in at a very auspicious time. The plan was, in fact, to revoke Ruby. We didn't get the chance. All right, I could double block and lose both my cards and potentially unlock their spells. I would double block, so they would then play Red and 6. I'm sure. Badlands. Collector, oof. Yes. Well, this was another great game of Magic. Now that's a hate bear. That's what I said. Now that is a hate bear. Woo! Woo! Well, let's try to jump back in the queue. Justin said he spent about half an hour waiting. Okay. Are we paired against the same person? I don't know. It is ticking down. We might be paired against the same person again. Thank you. We are not. We're on the play. On the play with turn 1 Luminarch Aspirant. Turn 2 can't play my cards. It's a turn 1 guy that's a decent turn 1 guy. I'm even protected by days here. You like that? Spoilers, they didn't have days. I'm just lucky it doesn't say something like you can't target yourself, because that'd be bad. Oh, thank you, Sanctifier and Vec. Cavern Human, let's go. Cavern Human, Cavern. Look at this brilliant hand I kept with these Wasteland, Sanctifier, and Vec. Kid me? Mox Pearl, please. Okay, just kidding. Blazing Rootwalla. I'll allow it. Hollow one. Tails never fails until you lose the flip. Chalice, you're a touch late. Oh, we could have misstepped the Rootwalla. Not that mattered, but we could have. Even though I have my misstep, I'm going to Chalice on one. Chalice on one, yeah. Come on, Pearl. Oh, they're paying costs here. They're going to Noxious Revival. No. Do you like that? Do you like that play there? Oh, they're going deep. Force. They went deep. I should have chaliced. I should have chaliced first. My bad. Should have chaliced first. What a buffoon. What a buffoon. No attacks. Only 2 more turns, and I will be bigger than Hollow One. Pay a life, pick it up. Replay off the top of my bazaar. Reactivate. Hit some root wallas. We know about Squee, and we know about whatever the other guy's name is. Master of Death. It's pretty metal. Oh, I know. I still wanted him to play it. That's the joke. All right, so we're 0 for... Oh! It doesn't matter because we're going to die to this traitorous mana crypt. But now, truthfully, I could just block the Hollow One with this Sanctifier. So that next turn it'll tick up higher. And then that'll give me a 5/5 that can fight these Hollow... I'm still going to die to Mana Crypt because it's just annoying. I'm going to eat an Animal Cracker. Yeah, that seems a little bold. Okay, they have 1 card left. We do know they have Force of Vigors. All right, so we have lost 3 flips in a row. Hey! Hey! So the question is... I could put... This Aspirant is going to go to 5/5. So I need... No, yeah, let's keep everything out there locked down. Sorry, I was hearing something. All right, so I'm going to pump myself. I'm now big enough to fight the Hollow One. No attacks. And then this other Aspirant can start pumping another creature. You're going to pump yourself. I'll allow it. They're just going to wait out the Mana Crypt, which I can't blame them. Okay, so... Pump. Do I pump? I can make this a 4/4. I think we got to put at least one of them here. Counterpoint, if I would have put the Sanctifier one and swung in for 6, is that worthwhile? Come on, flips. Come on, flips. Thalia. Okay. So, put 1 here, 1 here. I put 2 here and attack with 2 5/5s. I like that. So to block, they would have to commit all of their creatures to take the 1 aspirant down, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 1, 10. So then, can I just live? I'd have to win a flip. I'm not quite sure what that activation was for. What were you hoping to find? I guess I didn't think it was necessarily worthwhile. I wasn't sure what they could find that would matter. A speed bump is 1. All right, let's win a flip. Win a flip. Of course not. All right, so they are the Rootwalla Dredge. Not necessarily Dredge, but Rootwalla Bazaar. Okay. So things I want. Surgicals. Ravna Trap. Opponent said, that was a very rough crypt, and I agree with them. Okay, so Relic Warders seem pretty powerful in that they can steal with them. Thorn of Amethyst. The Phyrexian Revokers also seem weak. Walking Ballista, although they're not going to have bridges or anything like that. Chalice was interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily the perfect thing. Mental Misstep as well, to keep in mind that they will have Noxious Revival, so that might be a reason to keep it around. Thorn, yeah, they have different forces or whatever. That's the only thing, like the sheer amount of forces shown by them, that I feel like it could give us some kind of protection, because the majority of what we play obviously are creatures. The Revoker saying non-land is the big reason for me to take it out. I'm just not impressed there. Maybe Palace Jailer is worthwhile. All right, but if we're looking for stuff to cut, I could see Thorn being bad. Want it. Thalias can make this same taxing effect, but actually be useful. So, and then maybe Chalice. Chalice, I kind of got lucky there. We don't necessarily need Chalice. It gets worse on the draw. I don't even know if they have. I don't even know if they have moxes and stuff. If it's between Chalice and Misstep, yeah, it's one of these two, Chalice or Misstep. We saw Noxious, we saw their various things, so I would rather be able to counter all of them. I'll go like that. Okay. As soon as I do that, I think of the fact that they did show us Force of Vigor. You ready for this? I definitely felt like I was on the buy there, or I was on the draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Agreed. So this would let me play turn 1 Aspirant and Walking Ballista. Oh, I'm keeping. Sorry. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how much I'm going to play out. Do I let myself fall to Mindbreak Trap? Do I want to save this Lotus for Solitude? Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with this. So, show me your graveyard. Squee, Master, and a Blazing Rootwalla. And a hollow one. One, two, three, four, five. So part of my concern is if they have. I mean, if they have it, they have it. We saw them mill it. Like, that's the thing is, I'm worried about it, but show me Mindbreak Trap. Nope. Okay. Good old fashioned Force of Will. Noxious Revival, because they always have it. Yep. So they have the Squee and the Master again, plus whatever else they found. They found a second Master. Okay. Nice white sources. Try to put some damage on them. Like, if they're paying life picking up these Masters, let's make them pay for it. Can we get some beats? They've already drawn effectively what? 2, 4, 7. Ugh. Draw 7 cards. And the big thing to me is this is not technically dredge. They even have a backup. Take it. Nice draw. Force of vigor. Correction. Force of negation. Yeah, that was my plan. All right. So technically, they have to stay home now. They can't think too much about paying life for these Masters. They need to find themselves more blockers. Pay it. Oh! Somebody's a little too low on life. I'm going to eat an animal cracker. All the squeeze. Imagine if we had a sanctifier to eat all of their squeeze. Nice. You better stay home. Really? This seems bold. Okay, agreed. Yeah, that seemed ambitious if you would have attacked. Come on, white source. Upkeep. Exactly. Not only your white source, but also your walking ballista, because I'm a jerk. Well. So, okay, I said I wanted a white source. I don't mean it anymore. Well, Luminarch will grow to a 4/4. So they would be priced into blocking anyway. So I'm just going to wait a turn and attack with a 5/5. And they had a new Rootwalla. Okay. So now they're starting with no cards, but they get the squee. I was like, oh, all we need is a Black Lotus. No. Pay your life, coward. I think they could have paid 1 life. Serum powder, double squee, and now maybe they have more Rootwallas and or another hollow one, so they know they can go. You have 1 card left. They could Petrified Field, back a Bazaar, and go again. They could pick up that Gaia's Cradle. Coward. Okay, can't attack yet because they would just double block here. These are some sweet 2-drops I got going on. Oh, see, now they're paying because they are no longer scared. Oh. Yep. Casual, 8 cards in hand, no big deal. And they didn't even pitch it. They didn't even pitch the black card. Yep, found another Rootwalla. I hope sufficiently mad. We could even type, you mad? Ha! Strip mine, you fool. So this is going to be some secret tech. We wait for them to try to strip mine it, and then we crack it with silent clearing. Or, I'm sorry, we crack the silent clearing. Now, this will be impressive when they pay this life. Do it. Do it, you coward. Well, that is terrible. Do you have double fury? Do you seriously have double fury? Excuse me while I barf. Is there any reason? I don't know what's in my deck, so. Man, that pro-white creature would have been great. Or pro-red. I mean, they've drawn 20 more cards than I have, so they've got a bit of Tabernacle protection. We haven't drawn any graveyard. Incorrect. We have drawn Graveyard Hate. we are nowhere near being able to cast it. Ha! Delightful. Well, things could be going better. I'm kind of impressed by our inability to draw a white at all. I wonder if to any degree these off-color Moxes would be better as a Lotus Petal. Just for as much as we want to have the white available to us. Like, that doesn't seem great, but either does Mox Jet or Mox Sapphire. Incorrect. Mox Sapphire and a Black Lotus could transpire, conspire, perspire to play a Mind Break Trap. That's not true. You just need the Lotus for that. But a lonely Mox Jet could cast a Surgical Extraction and save us some life. So that is something that exists. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me today as we run another subscriber-driven deck through a league. If you are interested, or if you're watching right now and you haven't already, please consider following the channel. Or if you're watching later on YouTube, is that called subscribing? I think it's called subscribing on YouTube. So give a chance to do that. Also, if you really like what you're seeing, if you want to... See, that's the tricky thing. It's subscribing on YouTube, even though there's no monetary. But if you throw a subscription on Twitch, it will let you add a deck suggestion to the wheel when your name comes up. And when it comes up, you can ask me to play Alurin. You can ask me to play Hatebears. And coming up on Thursday in 2 days, I have Ensoul Artifact. So the idea is you can give me a single card or a format or a strategy you'd like to see. And from that, we put it together and try to run it through a league and try to actually win matches. That doesn't always happen, but we certainly try. And as Van Wedge says, as somebody that has requested a deck, they can confirm dreams come true. Now, it's one thing to request something and have it come up. It is entirely something else for it to come up and we do well with it. That's called living the dream. It's actually been a while. I was going to go look. How long has it been since we actually... How long has it been since we've done well? No, how long has it been since the last... No, I guess technically is how long has it been since we've done well? Okay, so 3-2 with the Academy Rector, the two different Rector Tribal. Yikes. There we go. Green-White Depths. I went 5-0 with that. That is following an 0-5 though. A 2-3, a 1-4. We went 3-3 in a challenge, 2-3, 3-2 with Cephalid Breakfast. So, a little few and far between. All right, lost the roll. What do we got? We have Mox Lotus, Thorn Thalia. And then all the Solitudes in the world. I mean, depending on what they have, this could be good. They were last seen playing They were last seen playing Hatebears. All right, this hand got way worse. Mulligan. Keep. If they are on Hatebears, I probably don't want Sanctifier. Yeah, don't you know that? Everybody, it's called the losers bracket. Ancient Tomb. So how bad would we have been punished with the other hand? They would have already had everything in play. Thought not seer. Well, crap. I at least I called that I did not want the Sanctifier. I assume we have to lose. Yep, that's who I was picturing. Okay, so I'm just going to do my best to slow him down. I don't really have a good answer to thought, I guess. I promise not to counter your spell. Oh, Archon? Sure. Deal. No blocks. You got me. Hey, cool. We're going to flood out now. Yep. Good. This is good, clean, vintage magic. Aggressive creatures. I like that the cavern. I like that the cavern didn't hold them back. They were still able to play all of their other spells right on top. All right, this is great. Because I was chump blocking. All right. Well, that sucked. All right. Jailer. Sanctifiers out. I feel like I'm going to have a lot more stuff that I want to come out. So, let's look at their deck list again. Eldrazi Displacer, Opposition Agent, delightful. Stoneforge Mystic. Oof. They at least have black cards. This does not seem inspiring at all. Random 2/2 is better. Well, I worry about Containment Priest with their Eldrazi Displacer, because then it starts wiping out my creatures. Yeah, so... you would only bring in Jailer? I guess if I go first and I can land a bunch of stuff... And I noticed the timing. Okay, so we got everything back out. So, nothing. So I keep double white. Get a strip mine. Well, I don't want to load. I don't want to revoke the Soul Ring that I have. So my thought was Eldrazi Displacer. They could have Stoneforge, and then I'll have wanted to do Stoneforge. But I'm going to go with Eldrazi Displacer. Womp. Okay. I mean, I guess Void Mirror has turned off my Mox Emerald. But did we call it? Ha ha ha! We called it. I do not know. But they have a 3/3 wall that I can't get through. I need the stupid make my guys bigger. Aspirant. I'm curious, like, I like that Cavern of Souls. Cavern of Souls would fight back against the Void Mirror. That part seems interesting. Justin on the Rug, Ragavan, whatever list. Okay, there goes Solitude. That we won the first game, but he just played bigger creatures than us in the second and third games, and then we played against the Rootwalla thing in the second match. That we never drew Sanctifier, or no, we drew Sanctifiers, we just were not allowed to cast any of them. And then we're just going to lose to this now. We have had many a game that either, like multiple games, we did not have 2 white mana sources. That has been troublesome for us so far. I've got 2 2s for days. Bum, bum, bum. Batterskull's a good one. Batterskull, we will exile the token. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Doot, 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 doot. Ah, yes, the Hatebear Mirror. Where a 3/3 shuts me down and a 4/4 is king. Well, I haven't been around for a couple weeks, so that might be part of it. My thing shows the last time I streamed was July 13th, so it's been a while. Their end step do nothing? Okay. Can we catch? You dummy! If I would have hit the Caves of Koilos, he would have had to spend the white to put Batterskull in, and then we could have sniped Batterskull. I was thinking to stop future Eldrazi, and as I'm doing it, I realize I could have done it to stop the Stoneforge. Oh, that's stupid and annoying. The only good thing is that this will force them to have to pay to equip it. Oh, apparently this does not stop it. If a black or red permanent... No, has to go to the graveyard. Okay. Never mind. This is a black creature, right? Just checking. All right. So Batterskull is only scary once they equip it somewhere else. And then they can attack with that bigger thing. But they're going to have to pay some life to do that. Put it on the dispacer, please. Ooh, okay. So Void Mirror is still currently shutting down Walking Ballista. I think I need to get Batterskull off the board first. Yes, please. Okay, so if I attack with all of these... Correct. If I attack with all 3 Sanctifiers, he blocks and eats 1. The other ones get through, put them at 3, and turn off most of this. I can't let Displacer die. Alright, so that puts him to 5. I can play Ballista and start to crank it up and hope it can erase 5 cards in their hand. Does this make it any bigger? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any reason not to play out the Cavern? The Cavern just makes it so I can... We attack with everybody. They block, take 4. Yeah, they should be. Depending on if they have any kind of removal, which I can't imagine they do. I honestly don't know. I feel like it would have been used, but... The answer is yes. Block, die. Cool. Yikes. So if they do this to my guy... They can afford to pay the life, though, is the problem. And then just blink this guy. Okay. Yeah, it all went back to not hitting the Caves of Koilos with the Wasteland. That's the real problem. Had we hit Caves of Koilos, they would not have had swords available to them there, which is their out. So that's kind of frustrating. They had another Displacer anyway. Yep. Bump. So that came down to the wrong... using Wasteland on the wrong source. Because that is what allowed them to have a spell to play to come back. So that game was definitely my fault. Wasteland. Caves of Koilos. Bum. Well, if you are not already, please consider going to YouTube and looking up for J Pinter MTG. I would appreciate a follow or whatever the tech. It's got to be subscribed, right? YouTube has to be subscribed. Yes, okay. So on a YouTube channel, come on. So, yes, J Pinter MTG, the YouTube channel, if you go and find me, and you hit that subscribe button, and then you can see this video later again. So I guess if you're watching this, you can then see it again later, or you can see your comments later on YouTube if that's something you would like. That actually should be a comment, Ursney. Maybe it's just YT. There we go. So you can find my YouTube content or come join me on the Discord I put together for specifically all of my content. It's kind of like the JP Cinematic Universe. Really, if you're watching the stream, you get to see it live. I then put it on YouTube later, and something I'm actually going to start doing. You can see right here, I am now a member of Swish Gaming, which is a Midwest team, and I'm going to try to start going to more events in person, but I'm also going to start recording like specific content and posting it over on swishgaming.com. So check us out over there. There's a lot of other good writers and people doing podcast content. It's called Talking Swish. You can find them. They actually went to a team tournament. I think it was like Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy. And it was a 3-person team. And we actually put 2 teams in the top 4 and 1 in the finals. So that's pretty sweet. I get to say that I have teammates again. It's been a while. But no, it's pretty cool that they accepted me in, and I'm going to do the best I can, whether it's through content creation. That's more likely my thing, content creation. Because, I mean, who doesn't love seeing an 03 Vintage Hatebears League? But I do intend to go to live events again. There's the Missouri MTG. I'm registered for the 40K, registered for the 100K. Eternal Weekend, sadly not happening in person this year, but it should be online again. So I'll be able to put together some content with the stuff there. So definitely check it out. Check out Swish Game. I got to add that comment. I got to add com. It has been a while. I don't remember how to add comms. Add com. Swish. Check out my. We are having trouble typing. Goodness gracious. What is going on? Actually, before we create that, let's make sure that's actually what it's called. All right. Swishgaming.com, confirmed. Worth mentioning, too, the 50% of the Discord is open to the public. Yep. Swish Gaming has a Discord. I'll have to go pull a link to that as well so that you can check it out. This is the deck you use to quickly farm. None of the matches have been quick, and it's hard to farm when you are a plowshare and not a swords. All right, I don't know if that command went through, so let's try it. It's not showing anything, so I assume I messed up the add command function. Oh, that's why. It has been a while. There we go. Okay. So you can check out Swish Gaming. I'm not sure if the Discord goes directly from there. Let me just pop in. Let me see if I can go pull a Discord invite. Where? All right. Unfortunately, I am not seeing a quick link to invite to the Discord, but I will check that. Check my whispers? Where the hell is a whisper? Oh, that is Twitch itself. I am highly technologically advanced here. Don't be fooled by this goofy exterior and or blatant buffoonery. All right, copy that. Back to here. Add com. Swish Discord. Check out the Team Swish Discord here. Okay, and ta-da! You joined the Discord and waited a good 30 seconds is a good amount of time. I do appreciate you holding back as much as you can, but you know, sometimes you have a goat and it's just an animal cracker and you eat it. Alright, they were last seen playing Sedgemoor Witch. What do we got here? Turn 1 Containment, turn 1 Walking Ballista, turn 2 Archon. Keep. I will use the MTG bot telling me future stuff, but if you just saw them today, I feel like that's kind of stream sniping, and I would prefer you did not tell me. I don't think that is fair. Yeah, I shouldn't have played that Caracas. Shouldn't have played the Caracas, I don't think. No? My thought is I'm playing something, following it up with an Archon. Is that not good enough? Okay. You don't, if you're not taxing on the first turn? Fair. Deathrite Shaman. So Containment Priest might have been a better turn 1 play. Because then it would have been a 2/2 instead of just a 1/1. Archon is going to get forced here, and then it's not like I'm attacking. What's better long term, Sanctifier or Solitude? Sorry, Sanctifier or Containment Priest? This is my thought. I'm going to start with this to hit that Deathrite Shaman, get them to force this, and then I potentially Archon. Or I waste them Containment Priest. What's going on in this picture? Somebody's getting yellowed. So I want to try to remove the Deathrite Shaman. If they let me, if they let that happen, okay. So I'm going to attack Narset. I'm going to waste them, and then I'll flash out Containment. Based on the other pictures, Solitude has to be the light person. And it's the light person eating this rando who's just going on a nature hike. He had plans for the weekend. He just thought he'd get in some cardio, and then now he's on a farm. It's only solitude. It's only solitude if you get it from a certain region in France. All right. So I like the idea of attacking in to Narset. And then wasting them. And then end step, I can go for the flash threat. They found a force of vigor. So they have force of will, force of vigor, and 2 other cards. Okay. Because that's what they do. That's why it's so frustrating to play against. And they are double queuing, so we get to wait for them as well while they have it all. That's the real best part. Though that's the friends we made along the way. Yawn. So how does Containment Priest work with... If a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, when Solitude enters the battlefield, exile. Okay. So it never enters the battlefield because it says instead, so it's a replacement. Yeah, that's just bad. Collector, oof. So now, do we fire off Walking Ballista? No. Force of Will, Force of Vigor. Yeah, don't just waste the Walking Ballista. What are we waiting on? Were they going to choose to use Force of Vigor? That seems... You can't use Force of Vigor on your own turn. Yeah, it's like, I'm a 2-mana 2/2. You're a 2-mana 2/2. I'm a 2-mana 2/2. Doot. Doot. As we wait for our next match, slowly but surely, don't call me Shirley, I can say we've at least played a variety of games, right? I do think Force of Vigor is very powerful, so it makes sense to play main deck Force of Vigor. I guess I really haven't seen shops at all, but maybe that's because everybody's gunning for it, you know? It would make sense if you are targeting something for the targeted thing to go down. I don't know. I hope you're... What is the purpose of the Scrubland section on the Discord? That's a good question. I don't know. It's meant for... It's meant for times that you're playing some questionable cards. And when you're playing questionable cards, sometimes you can't cast Luminic Aspirant. All right, send in the Containment Priest. Get him to block. Post-combat Luminarch Aspirant. Nope, apparently not. Cool. Wasteland you. Play like a Tarmogoyf or something. Okay. Okay, we meant to attack there. We clicked through it because we have the yield on. My bad. Apologies. So Brainstorm will shake up some of that Force of Will, Force of Vigor we thought they had. Okay. Can we draw another land here to get this sweet, sweet Luminarch, which will just get Force of Will? Tarmogoyf? Or is this the Murktide guy? The big dragon? Both of those are terrible for me. But the fact they are paying costs... Oh, nope, just a simple dig through time. I'm having so much fun. I'm over here sorting my animal crackers to see all the different types I have. I've got a horse and a donkey and a polar bear. So we got horse, cow, donkey, looks like a rhino, a tiger, and a polar bear. I got a lot of variety. These are the true things you're waiting to hear. A menagerie, if you will. I was gonna say the worst part of all this is that we're gonna be so far ahead in clock, and it's not gonna matter. I mean, I could put a chalice out on 0, but they're already turned off, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Are there any donkeys in Zoodex? Wait, wasn't there like a donkey? They were called like Noggles or something in Eventide? I think those were like donkey people. Okay, I typed donkey and it gave me monkey. Cool. That's what we wanted. Opponent just sitting back with the collector who finally has decided to swing. Because they have a Tarmogoyf. And another collector. Am I allowed to concede yet? I mean, I really don't want to play much more of that match. Okay, is there anything? Palace Jailer, like for the most part, the rest of this stuff, it doesn't seem like they're going to play a bunch. The Revoker, maybe Relic Warder seems like the worst there. I mean, maybe it can poach a Mox. What is Sanctifier going to hit? They might have a random tutor or something. Like it can attack through a Deathrite Shaman. All right. Well, this is interesting. All right. Jet, Soul Ring, Archon, go. I'm sure they'll find a way to screw this up for me. I'm sure they have mental misstep on my Soul Ring. Oh, I was wrong. Taste it. Mind Break Trap. Pass turn. Aren't you having fun, opponent? Look at us go. Just good old interactive, fun old magic. Let's go. Let's get a win with Archon.deck. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for me. I'm not gonna lie. I like me, and I hope I do well. Ooh, we almost have it here. All right, so I'm gonna keep again because we can go turn one Revoker. They have days for this. They could have days. Yeah. Oh. Okay. You got me. So cleric, horror. I mean, I don't see. There's no world that I don't play Soul Ring on the first turn there. Okay, we will not play out a 1 or we will not play out a 0/0 ballista. Okay. Okay. Let's get in there. So we have the ability to play Relic Warder here. Decent sized Tarmogoyf. No blocks. Okay, if I play another one, he just gets huge. That's kind of funny. So they still could have Force of Vigor. I don't necessarily want to go too many eggs in the basket. You know? Okay. So they have 3 cards in hand. So what I'm wondering is, should I Solitude the Tarmogoyf? Right now, Relic Warder seems kind of weak here. I don't think I'm going to get to reasonable mana here. I kind of want to hit this Tarmogoyf. No, I was thinking of the spells on their turn versus on my turn. Yeah. As I said that, it makes sense that it can't get negation. I mean, I'm really not that far away from... So what do we got? Instant land, artifact creature. Instant land, artifact creature. Instant land, artifact creature. We're not going to magically get more. I'm going to start making my flyer bigger. Instant land, artifact creature. Do I want to trade Revoker for Tarmogoyf? I don't want to trade if I can just Solitude it away. Yeah. That's what, like, there's no reason to trade with the Goyf if I don't have to. That was my thought. I do think if they... So, like, now, I could take them off green mana. Before their turn. Must be nice. Well, yeah, actually, we have a bunch of counters, right? If they make that a 3/3, it's not going to get any bigger. It doesn't make it an artifact, though. All right. If I send everything at Oko, it just dies. If I send these two at Oko, they block one, it goes to 2. This definitely takes it, and then it's whether they want to chump block. I love that I have a whole bunch of guys that if you elk them, they just get bigger. All right, so they've played Ponder. They're not allowed to play any more spells. They can make a food. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 3, 6, 12, and then shoot. So they make a food. They could have Force of Vigor to tag team me. They did not shuffle. They have made a food. They have to have another spell. -5. It wasn't enough to ult. Okay, so they are up to 5. We have lethal even if they make a food. Dig Through Time should not be enough. They could play a Deathrite Shaman to chump block. Correct. Look at us winning matches. There's a first time for everything, and apparently that is round 4. Hey, Vandwedge can say their deck was not an 05. Steve. It takes a very powerful wizard to... All right, for a second, that really scared me. I was like, what is that? That's when you have your volume just a little bit too loud. And what's sad is that was really the first opportunity to even use that sound. So, hooray. Yep, so we are 1-3 now, but mistake on my part cost us the second game, so we didn't get a chance to go to a third game with White Black Eldrazi. But yeah, for some of it, it just really has felt like we have won the die roll. We're doing good on winning die rolls. All right. So what do we got here? They have shown us a Luris. The fact that they've shown us a Luris makes me like these Sanctifiers more, but I don't have anything to cast with them. I don't have anything to play turn 1. I mean, I can play a land turn 1. Not me, is this a mulligan? Yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, I hope to cast this, and these are just currently uncastable. Hey, here we go. So, I mean, we put away the other Thalia, right? Let Containment Priest or maybe Solitude, whatever, we just get rid of a Thalia? Or do we bank on Thalia dying and having a backup Thalia? All right, gotta play the foil one first. It's worth more points. All right, so they had a force pitching a gush. So it's going to be sweet when we follow up with the other Thalia. Who are they looking at? They're looking at me. Okay. Mm-hmm. Basic. The real tech is, do you Phyrexian Revoker? Do you Phyrexian Revoker your own Mox? I mean, the answer is obviously yes, but do I keep? Yeah, you keep Wasteland up. That just makes the most sense. True, good point. The fact they missed the land drop, just let's just trade. If we're going to be equivalent on resources, just kidding. I forgot. I was like, oh, maybe I should have played that pre-combat. Spoilers, you're not allowed to. That's true. You would have to fail the scumbag tax. Bah! I was hoping to draw a land there for Thorn. I mean, that's possible. This will be pretty sweet. Eat that lightning bolt. I didn't even realize what life total we were at. Mm-hmm. I guess I did not need to be the one to pick a fight. Although if I didn't, it would probably have gone to. I mean, I would have got 2 more damage out of it. They'd be on 8 instead of 10. And I could have just wait. I could have theoretically had another Revoker in play. Yeah, I didn't need to be proactive there with the Thalia. What did they exile? We said they exiled Gush. Scry, bottom, Bauble. Checking me out. Okay, so the question here is, do we go Thorn or do we go Sanctifier? I want to kind of tax them. Like, we lost the Thalia effect, so I think the taxing effect is maybe more powerful. You would Thorn? Good. I like at least being supported by someone who's played. Okay, that's bad. So if they get like, well, no, maybe not necessarily. They don't have a main deck Hercule, right? Maybe they're looking. What do I have in my main deck? Ooh, that's true. All right, what'd you draw? Yep. No land drop. So I kind of want to turn off Black Lotus. Attack for 2, Revoker turning off Lotus. Sanctifier would eat Lightning Bolt and Vampiric. They probably have a main deck answer to Thorn, right? Chattering Spree. Yeah. Let's attack. And put him at lethal. What more do you got? All right, that was enough to win. So, now is when we bring in Trap, Surgical. Containment Priest. Solitude. Am I missing? My thought is for Trap, both types of Trap, Mindbreak Trap and Ravenous Trap, and then Surgical Extraction. You don't... I guess Surgical is probably overkill, right? I could believe that Surgical is overkill. I don't have the discard elements to like knock a card out of their hand and then Surgical it, for the case. So whatever they play, they're going to get the value. Is there anything else that I should have out? My thought is Solitude and the Containment Priest are the weakest cards here. That's a good point. They don't have Bolus of Citadel available. Hey, thank you. Car shops? That is... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So if I don't bring in the Surgicals and I take Solitude and Containment out for these traps, Relic Warder can still mess. Sanctifier, I think, is what we want. Revokers. Just cuz. It didn't match and it bothered me. Alright, I need to mark down that Adam had a thing. Okay, so they still have Luris available to them. We do not have a turn 1 play. So 5 land. This seems like a pretty easy mulligan. Really? Knowing the matchup, you'd keep this. They're mulliganing to 6. We could set up Sanctifier and Archon. All right, I can trust that judgment. Hope to draw turn 1 something. We are on the draw here. My secrets! Demonic Consultation. Let's go! What did they name? Ancestral, and ate 3 Thassa's oracles. Do you think they're playing 4? I mean, okay. They also lost Lotus. 3 Thassa's oracles in Lotus. There's my girl. So we either wasteland the... Yeah, let's wasteland them. Then we'll draw a Mox, and it'll seem perfect. I like that we exiled 3 Thassa's oracles. That makes me feel great. But why do they have so many Thassa's oracles? Is it because they cast demonic consultation like a madman? It's the only thing that makes sense. They topped that preordain. Coming in clutch here. Coming in clutch. I like that almost all of their 1-mana spells have already been played. That is my current goal. I think do I get Thalia out first, followed by Sanctifier? Who's more important? Thalia's gotta be more important. All right, do we misstep this? Taste it. I mean, the fact that they've played so many 1-drops already, that's the only real reason. And yeah, I can't protect Thalia with it. Sure. Nice. Nice. I got a little cavern for you. Demonic. Go get him, Thalia. Do they have Swamp Massacre? It doesn't matter. Archon's too big. Do they have... I like that we're going to play another Archon. Mystic Sanctuary. Get my lightning bolt back? That's rough. Why didn't we have this Sanctifier in play? We need them to spend a bolt. It's if only they would have messed up and somehow played the Mystic Sanctuary. I want them to cast the bolt on something. All right, mission accomplished. Lightning bolt has been exiled. You're not going to block. You can pick up Luris. Yes. That was my goal. Oh, yeah, lead with the Archon. Do you have another bolt? No, you have a mystical tutor for Time Walk? Time Walk, attack. I'm not going to block. Because it'll just be bigger on the following turn. Oh, more lightning bolts. This is a double bolt deck. Then I should block. If they let me. Vampiric, draw into it, time walk. That'll kill me. It's better than this planes in my hand. Imagine that. You could be holding planes, or you could mystical and vampiric. Even if they just draw time walk on their turn. So, yeah, all they have to do is go get time walk. Let's hope they got not time walk. Cause that'd be terrific. Oh no, they figured it out. They solved the puzzle. Well, well, there it is. Yeah, how classic. Are we allowed to exile our own stuff? Yes. What do I not? I feel like Walking Ballista is kind of the worst card. I don't expect to cast. I'm not expecting to cast these Solitudes, I think is the difference. You know what I mean? You don't even think it's Breach? I mean, with the Thassa's Oracle seemed different. So maybe these traps. We take the traps out for the Solitude so that we can do something. We keep Mind Break Trap. You like Jailer? Do I have to? Okay, you become the Monarch no matter what. Okay. Good to know. All right, for our final game today, we are on the play. Opponent has shown us Luris. We have turn 1 Archon of Emeria. Turn 1 Archon of Emeria. Let's race Mana Crypt. Opponent has mulligan to 6. What would I have to draw? Nothing with these white sources. Oh, I did not think of Relic Warder. That's clever. Attack. My opponent says, not a bad hand, man. Okay. Losing flips like it's my job. Nice. That'll come in play handy. All right, I believe I can outrace this Mana Crypt. Maybe that's what he's counting on. Oh, won a flip. Can't possibly lose. Nice. Nice. Bravo! Bravo! Look at that. We got some play points back. Tell me what you know about that. Well, I don't know. I feel pretty good about that. We as mentioned earlier, it's not everywhere you can see people start 0-3. I mean, to be fair, it happens here more often than not, but we did manage to turn it around with 2 nice wins there at the end. Congrats again to Not Me for doing well at the challenge. This is Not the sort of deck that I normally like. I did play some of that Bant Archon for a while, just because Archon is a blight of a card that can really make things unfun, but it makes it unfun for your opponents. Yeah, that is true, so that's kind of on you, right? For not being here sooner. I mean, what gives? That's just me. Well, all right, next up in Soul Artifact is what we have on deck for Thursday. I currently do not know what I will be playing in Soul Artifact in. Azrael Chimera mentioned earlier using it with car shops. I was thinking more along the lines of the, what is it, kind of, not boggles, but you're playing Ornithopter, making them 5/5, the all that glitters, pumping effects. That was what I was thinking, trying to win. But I can be tricked. I can be fooled into playing more Vintage. No, everybody's playing Force of Vigor. There's no way we're going to do that. Yeah, Urza Saga is going to be giving them the business. Speaking of, I might need to borrow them again, depending on whether or not Mana Traders has any available. But I'd like to say thank you, everybody, for watching today. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscriptions. If you're watching later on YouTube, try to come catch me next time on Twitch. I play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And thanks to Swish Gaming, my new team, that hopefully you can see some content coming from me over on Swish Gaming. So, hope everybody had a good time watching. I had more fun at the end than at the beginning. But of course. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. See you in a couple days.